Endangered Animals by Rachel Delahaye. Orangutan. Orangutan. He's funky, man. Flowing bright orange hair. Orangutan. He's got a plan, swinging from here to there. Orangutan. Got fruit in his hand, the best from the treetop store. Orangutan. Rules forest land, for now and forevermore. Facts. Orangutans' forests are being chopped down to grow other crops. In Borneo, orangutan sanctuaries give these wonderful creatures a new, safe home. Solar. Have you seen a solar? I'm asking you to peek, because this creature of Indochina likes to play hide and seek. They say it's in the valleys, a cow that has long horns. So rare a beast, they're calling it the Asian unicorn. Facts. Solar, pronounced so-la, is related to antelope and cattle, and has only been seen 4 times in the wild. Polar bear. Snowy bear, we are aware your white cold world is shrinking. Hungry bear, oh where will you hunt when ice is sinking? Your hunting grounds are melting, but you must find food to eat. The seals you need for energy are now so hard to reach. You must go into the icy sea and through the water plough. Don't give up. Keep swimming out. You'll get to them somehow. Sorry, bear. It's so unfair. And your problem is our warning. Polar bear, to show we care, we promise to fight global warming. Facts. Global warming means sea ice is melting earlier. Polar bears are finding it harder to hunt their usual food sources at the right time of year. Bee. They hover and buzz and sometimes sting, but a bee is the most incredible thing. She's busy all day, and then she goes home, with nectar to store in a big honeycomb. The sweet stuff we spread all over our toast might be the reason we love them the most. But they have jobs, those sweet buzzy bees. They pollinate crops and flowers and trees. Without them there would be no oozy spread, and shops would soon be all out of bread, because every plant that we use in our diet needs pollen, and it's the bees that supply it. As they feast on the nectar with their little tongues, the pollen rubs off on their legs and tums, and then, when the bee lands on the next flower, the pollen shakes off in a bright yellow shower. So let's all campaign against pesticide spray. Let's all grow flowers. Invite them to stay. Let's make gardens great places to snack. Let's get busy and bring all our buzzy bees back. Facts. Bees are struggling to survive because of global pollution and because the chemicals we put on crops are poisonous. All of us can help by planting bee-friendly gardens. Even just a plant in a window box will be a much-needed pit stop for a hungry bee. Dugong. Let me snuffle the seabed for greens and fill my tummy with grass. They call me the sea cow because I graze, but I'm a dugong, if anyone asks. I know you love to have homes by the sea, but that is where I have mine. So keep the land clean at the water's edge, and we'll all get along just fine. Facts. Building along coastlines damages the grassy feeding grounds that creatures like the dugong need. Dugongs are so friendly, they'll allow tourists to swim alongside them. Kakapo. So you say you've lost a parrot. Are you absolutely sure? Well, a minute ago he was perched on my car, and now he's not there anymore. Perhaps the parrot flew away. Birds often take to the air. This parrot can't fly, so I really doubt that, unless he's a rocket spare. Can you tell me what he looks like to get an idea of things? He has a chubby body, the face of an owl, and there's green and black on his wings. But you just said he couldn't fly. Could you explain that, please? He uses his wings to break his fall, because sometimes he slips out of trees. But how does he get high up a tree when you tell me he cannot fly? He climbs up there with massive claws. Hear that boom? It's the kakapo's cry. Now I know you're making it up. Stop wasting police officer time. I'm not here to look for make-believe birds when I could be solving a crime. Facts. There are only 100 of the flightless New Zealand kakapo parrots remaining. Many of these live on a special island to keep them safe, and each one is given a name. The African elephant. On the African plains, the day has just begun. A row of beasts is moving north. They're looking for some fun. Across the African plains, the beasts march one by one. They flap their ears to keep them cool under the heat of the sun. Through the African plains, some big as 7 tons, the adults patiently lead the way and wait for little ones. Over the African plains, their journey's nearly done. They've reached a river wet and wide. The elephants start to run. Into the Mara River they splash and roll for fun. They fill their trunks and spray their friends. Each has a water gun. Hours in the Mara River, the elephants bathe and play. Cooling off and family games. It's an elephant's perfect day. Facts. The elephant's natural habitat is shrinking as humans build more villages. Hunters also track down elephants to take their ivory tusks, which are used to make ornaments and jewellery. Coral. In the shallow waves of the sparkling reef, predators hunt with razor-sharp teeth. The startled fish dart to the coral lands, welcoming all with wide-open hands. Small sea creatures play in the tentacled maze, scattering food on which corals graze. And millions of years they've lived this way, working as one, the corals and prey. But it's fragile here, and all that it takes is climate change, then everything breaks. Where there were rainbows are now brittle hands, skeleton white, bare bones in the sands. Facts. A coral is actually a colony of animals called polyps that live inside a calcium shell, the bit we know as coral. The seas are getting warmer, which is destroying their special ecosystem. Vaquita. The vaquita is a sea animal, like a dolphin, but short and round. A single bay off the Mexican coast is the only place that it's found. The vaquita is a porpoise, and its name means little cow, the rarest mammal in the sea. Just 20 of them now. If you ever want to see one in the waters where it dives, make a special porpoiseful wish that the sweet vaquita thrives. Facts. Vaquitas live off the coast of Mexico, where people speak Spanish. They are in danger of becoming extinct because they are often caught in fishing nets out at sea. The African Elephant. On the African plains, the day has just begun. A row of beasts is moving north. They're looking for some fun. Across the African plains, the beasts march one by one. They flap their ears to keep them cool under the heat of the sun. Through the African plains, some big as 7 tons, the adults patiently lead the way and wait for little ones. Over the African plains, their journey's nearly done. They've reached a river wet and wide. The elephants start to run. Into the Mara River they splash and roll for fun. They fill their trunks and spray their friends. Each has a water gun. Hours in the Mara River the elephants bathe and play. Cooling off and family games. It's an elephant's perfect day. Facts. The elephant's natural habitat is shrinking as humans build more villages. Hunters also track down elephants to take their ivory tusks, which are used to make ornaments and jewelry.